Hello, everybody. Here we are at 4.3. Can you believe it? I personally cannot. This is another form of the equation for a linear relation. We're used to seeing it in, let's say, our usual form has been y equals, blank x plus blank. And now we're going to be looking at lines. We've been looking at what they're called, like we can call this a sloped line. It's a P sloped line. You might also see it called an oblique line. It's a Q. So, if this is our x-axis and our y-axis, we've been seeing sloped lines. And another form that we might see is when we just have a value for x. So say we have x equals a. So if we had our, let's draw a better line. We have our y-axis and our x-axis. If we have x equals a, this means we are just going to have a value for a certain x. So it would be a vertical line like that if we just have an x. So this is our x-axis here, our y-axis, and this a here is a constant. And if we have, let's say, just y equals a, and again, I'm going to draw our x-axis or y-axis and our x-axis. If we have just values for y, it might look something like this. Okay, so it'd be a horizontal line. And the other form that we are going to come across, the notes are getting a bit all over the place here. But the other form we're going to look at is going to be ax plus by equals c. So that is what I would like you to write down. I would like you to write down all of this, but this is a very important part, okay? Ax plus by equals c. So in our notes, the things that we should have are that sometimes we're just going to have a value for x. That's going to make a vertical line. Sometimes we're just going to have a value for y. That's going to make a horizontal line. And that our sloped line, or sometimes called an oblique line, and that this is the other form that sometimes we will see a linear relation in. You can tell this one's a linear relation because they have both values for x and y. And I hope that'll make a little bit more sense as we go through the notes. So let's look at the first one. Does each equation describe a vertical, a horizontal, or an oblique line? Describe each vertical or horizontal line. So here we have that y equals 4. So we could just write in each of these that y equals 4. Doesn't matter where we are, y is going to equal 4. And here, over on x, and I'll draw this now. So let's go y for 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be that line right there. That's A. It's hard to think or to kind of like conceptualize what x equals. But the thing is, there's currently no restrictions on x. It's not in our equation, so there's no kind of like limit on what x can be. So it could be, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 700. There's no restrictions on x since it's not like described by our equation. But it does mean that y is going to be on 4 and will always be on 4, and it's a vertical line. Though it should be a straight vertical line, mine's just a little jagged. So here, again, we just have x's, but it's not as clear as this one what x is equal to. So we have to kind of solve this equation first. So let's go 2x plus 5 equals 7. Let's get the x by itself. So let's subtract 5 from each side. We get 2x equals 2. To get the x by itself, let's divide by 2 and divide by 2. So we get x equals 2 over 2 is 1. So that's going to equal 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And again, we have no restrictions on this. -3, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, doesn't matter. Let's put x at 1. And there it is. It's a vertical line. So that's B. Let's look at this one.